President Trump will host at least 2 more listening sessions to get input from Americans on how to tackle mass shootings in American schools. Today, he sat down with local lawmakers and community leaders. He said there is just one way to stop school shootings.
Unless you're going to have offensive capability, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time.
The president proposes putting teachers on the offense and having those who are trained carry guns on campus. He argued that schools are soft targets and need more security. Critics say more guns is not the answer, including the father who lost his son during the Sandy Hook shooting.
And a deranged sociopath on his way to commit an act of murder in a school with the outcome, knowing the outcome is going to be suicide, is not going to care if there's somebody there with a gun. That's their plan anyway.
The president says he also wants to strengthen background checks, increase mental health services, and raise the age to buy guns from 18 to 21.
You know, over the last week, we've heard some emotional pleas from students calling for action, new laws, and changes to our country's gun laws. Today, we heard from the other side. The National Rifle Association spoke out during the annual gathering for conservatives outside Washington, D.C. Our national correspondent, Christine Frizzell, was there and has more.
We will speak out louder and we will speak out stronger than ever before.
At the Conservative Political Action Conference outside of Washington, the National Rifle Association faced head-on the issue that's been center stage. Vice President and CEO Wayne LaPierre calling for armed guards at schools, among other things.
It should not be easier for a madman to shoot up a school than a bank or a jewelry store or some Hollywood gala.
It was a split from Florida Senator Marco Rubio, who signaled he'd be willing to consider raising the minimum wage to purchase assault rifles and limit the size of magazines for firearms. And this.
The notion that my kids are going to school with teachers that are armed with a weapon is not something that, quite frankly, I'm comfortable with.
Rubio took part in an emotional town hall meeting on CNN Wednesday night, 1 week after the deadly shooting in Parkland, Florida. In the audience, parents who lost children in the shooting.
Enough talk! What is your action?
Earlier in the day, some students who survived met with President Trump.
I don't understand why I could still go in a store and buy a weapon of war.
As far as the NRA's position, it remains unchanged. They even replayed this ad on stage at CPAC.
The only thing the average American has heard about background checks is the absolute fallacy that what we need is more. If you cast a net and the fish swim through the holes, you don't need a bigger net, you need tighter holes.
President Trump in a tweet signaled his support for the NRA. This as high school students around the country are calling for stricter gun laws, planning events, walkouts from school, and even a big march in Washington next month. Reporting from the Conservative Political Action Conference, I'm Christine Frizzell.
Let's go to our national question of the day. Do you think the current national discussion on school safety will lead to safer schools? Let's head to idahonews.com. There you can place your vote. You hover over the news tab. It's in the top left corner of the screen, and then you'll see the question of the day option.